Hello guys, this is the GEC question paper for natural sciences. So we are going to go through this question paper together, and as you can see, we do have the memorandum on our right hand side so that you can see the answer for each and every question. So we are going to go through this together so that I can also help you prepare for the exam that you are going to write on Monday. Okay, so now if we check on our question paper, we can see that we are told that there are instructions that learners needs to follow. And we can see here that our first instruction says that you will receive 15 minutes reading time before you begin answering this test. And we are also asked to read all the instructions and questions carefully, right? And we are told, or rather, and we are told to answer all the questions. Okay, and we are told to use the provided booklet to write all our answers. And another instruction is that you may use the non-programmable calculator. So the usage of calculator, we can see that it is permitted or it is allowed. Okay, so without wasting any time, we are going to start with section A, and we'll start with our first question. So our first question says that what is a contact force? What is a contact force? And if we look at our memorandum, we can see that the answer is B. So now let's go ahead and see if the answer is really B. So here we are told that a contact force, it is a force exerted when two bodies are touching each other. When two bodies are touching each other. And we can see that it does make sense. It does make sense because if two bodies are touching each other, it means that there is contact taking place. It means that there is contact taking place. Okay, and then now we will move to our next question, which will be question 2. So question 2 says that what are the similarities between magnetic and electrostatic force? What are the similarities between magnetic and electrostatic force? And we can see here that we are told that our answer will be B. And if we look at B, we can see that B says that objects attract and repel each other. So we are told that objects, they attract and they also repel each other. So these are the similarities. So these are the similarities. So by the word similarities, they are referring to what is the same between the two kinds of forces. So they are referring to what is the same between the two kinds of forces. And our two kinds of forces are magnetic and electrostatic. So what is similar is that objects attract and repel each other. So we can see here that the correct answer is B. So we can see that the correct answer is B. Okay, and then next we will move to question 3. So question 3 says that which one of the following is the unit of force? Which one of the following is the unit of force? And if we check our answer, we can easily see that the unit of force is Newton. So this basically means that our answer will be D. And guys, I always tell my learners that whenever we are going through these question papers, always make sure that you make notes for yourself. Always make sure that you make notes for yourself so that you remember when it comes in the exam. So here we were asked to state which one of the following is a unit of force. And we know that the unit of force is Newton, right? And then next, we will move to our next question, which is question 4. So question 4 says that the diagram below shows an object resting on the table. So there's an object that is resting on a table. So they are basically telling us that there is a table and then there is also an object on top of the table that is resting on the table. Okay, so now the question says that what is the force that a surface exerts on an object with which it is in contact and acts perpendicular to the surface of the object. So if we check our answer, we can see that the correct answer is C, which is normal, which is normal. So if we can just read the question again, the question is saying that what is the force that a surface exerts on an object with which it is in contact and acts perpendicular to the surface of the object. So the answer is C. The answer is C. And then next, we will move to question 5. So question 5 says that study the diagram and answer the questions that follows. So we can see here that we are told that where is the magnetic field the strongest? Where is the magnetic field the strongest? Guys, this is clear, and we should always get these magnetic questions right. So we know that the magnetic field is strongest when the fields, when not the fields, when the objects are closer to each other. That's when the magnetic field is strongest. And if we check, we can see that our answer will be C. And C says that the magnetic field lines are closer to each other. So if the magnetic lines are closer to each other, it means that the magnetic field is at its strongest point. Okay? And then next we will move to question 6. Next, we will move to question 6. So question 6 is that force A is exerted on the trolley. So we can see that we have force A here, and then you also have force B. So we can see that we are told that force A is exerted on the trolley, and force B, which is less than force A, is now also exerted in the same direction as shown in the diagram. So we can see that they are exerted in the same diagram, in the same direction. So this is the direction that they are speaking about. So if we can see this arrow, we can see that they are pointing in the same direction. Okay, so the question says that what is the effect of the two forces on the trolley? What is the effect of the two forces on the trolley? And we can see here that our answer will be B. And B says that the trolley will experience a force that is more than that of a force A in the same direction. So the trolley will experience a force that is more than that of force A in the same direction. Okay, and then next we will move to question 7. Next we will move to question 7. And question 7 says that a rock has a mass of 100 kg on Earth. It is now placed on Mercury, which is the smallest planet in our solar system. So now the question says that what will the mass of the rock be on Mercury? What will the mass of the rock be on Mercury? And we can see here that the mass of the rock will be the same as on the Earth. So our correct answer will be D. Our correct answer will be D. Okay? And then next, we will move to question 8. So question 8 says that which statement explains what happens when different objects are rubbed together? Which statement explains what happens when different objects are rubbed together? So when different objects are rubbed together, one is charged positively and the other negatively. So they both charge both positively and negatively. So the correct answer will be A. And then next we will move to question 9. So question 9 says that a plastic ruler is rubbed with a piece of cloth. A plastic ruler is rubbed with a piece of cloth, and the piece of cloth becomes positively charged. Okay, so now our question says that how does the piece of cloth acquire a positive charge? How does a piece of cloth acquire a positive charge? It acquires a positive charge because it has lost electrons, So our correct answer will be D. Our correct answer will be D. Okay, then next we will move to question 10. Next we will move to question 10. So question 10 says that what are the major components necessary for an electric cell to operate? What are the major components necessary for an electric cell to operate? So the major components necessary is electrodes and electrolyte. Is electrodes and electrolyte. So the correct answer will be B. Okay, and then next we will move to our next question, which is question 11. So question 11 says that which of the following statements describes a battery? Which of the following statement describes a battery? And we all know what a battery is, guys. So a statement that represents a battery is statement C, which says that group of two or more cells connected together. So these are the group of two or more cells connected together. And then next, we will move to question 12. So question 12 says that for the dry cell to produce energy, there must be energy conversions that take place inside the cell. So for the dry cell to produce energy, there must be energy conversions that take place inside the cell. So now we are told to study the dry cell and answer the questions that follows. So we can see here that we are given our dry cell. So now the question says that select the energy conversion that takes place in the dry cell. Select the energy conversion that takes place in the dry cell. So the energy conversion that takes place in the dry cell will be option B, which says that chemical potential energy is converted to electrical energy. So chemical potential energy is converted to electrical energy. And that will be our answer for question 12. And then now we will move to question 13. So question 13 says that the table shows the results obtained when the lemon cell was constructed with different electrodes. So we are told that the table shows the results obtained when the lemon cells was constructed with different electrodes. Okay, so we can see here that we are given the potential difference delivered by each pair of metal. So we have the magnesium, the zinc, the iron, as well as the copper, right? So now we are asked to select a statement which explains why same metals cannot be used to construct a lemon cell. So we are asked to select the statement which explains why same metals cannot be used to construct a lemon cell. So the correct answer will be D, because metals of the same type will provide no potential difference between them. Because metals that are the same, they will provide no potential difference between them or between each other. Okay, that's why we are seeing here that if we have zinc here and zinc here, the result is always 0. If we have magnesium here and magnesium here, where they meet, the result will always be 0, because they cannot provide any potential difference between or among themselves. So even with iron, if we check iron here and here, we can see here where they meet, the result is 0. Okay, and then now we will move to our next question, which is question 14. So question 14 says that what is the SI unit of potential difference? What is the SI unit of potential difference? Right? And if we check here, we can see that our answer will be B, which is volt. So our answer will be B, which is volt. Okay, and then next we will move to question 15. So question 15 says that One of the factors that affect resistance is the thickness of a conductor. One of the factors that affect resistance is the thickness of a conductor. So now we are asked, how does the thickness of the conductor affect its resistance? How does the thickness of the conductor affect its resistance? Okay, and our answer will be A, which says that the thicker the conductor, the less the resistance and the greater the current flow in it. Okay, and then next we will move to our next question, which is question 16. Next, we will move to our next question, which is question 16. Okay, so question 16 says that the picture shows various household appliances. So we are told that the picture shown below shows various household appliances and they all have resistors. They all have resistors. So now the question is saying that what function do resistors perform in these appliances? And we know that resistors provide useful energy transfer. So our answer will be C, because we know that resistance provide useful energy transfers. Okay, and then now we will move to our next question, which is question 16, which is question 17. So question 17 says that electric kettle resistors heat up the water twice as fast as the stove top kettles and automatically shut off once the boiling point is reached. So now we are asked to see the picture of the kettle from the inside. So this is the picture of the kettle from the inside. Okay, and then the question now says that how does the resistor inside the kettle heat up water? So we can see here that we have the resistor inside our kettle. So they are asking us that how does it heat up water? So our answer will be A, which says that energy released by moving electrons to overcome resistance is transferred to the water. So the energy that is released by moving electrons to overcome resistance is transferred to the water. And that causes the water to heat up or to boil. Okay? And then next, we will move to our next question, which is question 18. So question 18 says that the battery of 7.5 V is connected to an ammeter and then three identical resistors and three voltmeters as shown below. The potential difference across R3 is 2,5 V. So now the question says that what is the reading on V2? What is the reading on V2? And we can easily see that the reading on V2, as we can see here, this is our V2. The reading on V2 will be 5V, as we can see here, right? And then next, we will move to question 18, to question 19. Next, we will move to question 19. So question 19 says that which electrical connection is appropriate for home wiring? Which electrical connection is appropriate for home wiring? And we know that all the lights and plugs are connected in parallel. So our answer will be C. Our answer will be C. And then next, we will move to question 20. So question 20 says that the circuit diagram shows two resistors, which is R1 and R2, connected to a battery, and three ammeters, which are A1, A2, and A3. So now we are asked to study the diagram and answer the questions that follows. So here we can see that our question says that how does the reading of A2 compare to the reading of A1 and A3? So if we check, we can see that A2 is here and then our A1 and our A3 are both here, right? So the answer will be A1, A2, and A3 readings are the same. So we can see that they all have the same reading. They all have the same readings. So our answer will be D. Okay, and then next we will move to question 21, which says that what happens to current in the circuit when identical resistors are connected in parallel to each other? What happens to current in the circuit when identical resistors are connected in parallel to each other? And we can see that the current divides equally between the resistors. So what happens is that the current divides equally between the resistors. So our answer will be C. So our answer will be C. Okay, and then next we will move to question 22. So question 22 says that the circuit diagram shows two resistors connected in series to a battery with the voltmeter readings across them. So we can see here that V3 is equals to 7V and V2 is equals to 4V. Okay, and the question, our question here will say, what is the reading on V1? What is the reading on V1? And we can see that the reading on V1 will be 11V, which is A, right? And then next we will move to our next question, which is question 23. So question 23 says that in John's birthday party room, 25 lamps are connected in series. 25 lamps are connected in series. So now we are told that that room appears to be dim. The room appears to be dim. So now our question says that which idea should be used to improve the brightness of the party room? So the idea that should be used is that is that the decrease decrease the number of lamps to brighten the room. So this basically means that the number of lamps needs to be decreased so that the room can be brightened, right? So our answer will be B. Okay, and then next we will move to our next question, which is question 24. So question 24 says that the natural science class investigates the relationship between current and the number of identical cells connected in series. So now we are told that the graph shows the results obtained from the investigation. So we can see here that we have the number of cells and then we also have the current. So this is the relationship between the current and the number of cells. So we just need to study the relationship and see what is happening. And we can see, guys, that as the number of cells increases, the current also increases. So there is a positive relationship between the two. There is a positive relationship between the two because they both increase together, right? So now the question says that what happens to the current when the number of cells increases? Remember, we have already described our relationship, right? So we can see that the current increases as the number of cells increases. So there's a positive relationship. So they increase together. Okay. And then next, let's move to our next question, which is question 25. So question 25 says that why circuit breakers should be used in our homes. Why circuit breakers should be used in our homes. Okay. And here we can see that our answer will be B because they trip and break the circuit when there is current overload. Because they trip and break the circuit when there is current overload. Okay, and then next we will move to our next question, which is question 25. Next we will move to our next question, which is question 26, not 25, which is question 26. So question 26 is that what is the energy supply grid? What is the energy supply grid? What is the energy supply grid? And we know that the energy supply grid is the interconnected network for electricity delivery from producer to consumers. So our answer will be D. Okay, and then next we will move to question 27, which says that what is the disadvantage of South Africa's reliance on coal as the main source of energy in power stations? And we can see that our answer will be A, because small dust particles and poisonous gases released into the atmosphere pollutes the environment. It pollute the environment. Okay, and then next we will move to question 28, which says that which component is used to charge the voltages at different points in the national electricity grid. So we can see that that's very easy. Those are transformers, right? So our answer will be C, because we do have transformers on our options. Okay, and then next we will move to question 29, which says that the advantage of using sustainable sources of energy is that they are free, renewable, clean, and have less or no waste products. So now the question says that which group of sources of energy are sustainable? And we know that those are solar power, wind power, and hydroelectric power. So the correct answer will be D. The correct answer will be D. And then next, we will move to question 30, which says that the graph shows the use of electrical appliances in a household over a period of a month. So here we are told that electrical power versus electrical household appliances. So here we have electrical household appliances, and then here we have electrical power in watts, right? So now we are asked which electrical appliances uses the most energy. Which electrical appliances uses the most energy? And it's easy, guys. We just check our bar and we can see that the highest will be electrical stove, and electrical stove is option B. So our answer will be option B. Okay, our answer will be option B. So now we will move to our next question, which is question 31. So question 31 says that how can you describe electrical power? How can you describe electrical power? So we know that electrical power, it is the rate at which electricity energy is transferred in a circuit. So our answer will be D. Okay? And then next we will move to our next question, which is question 32. So question 32 says that the picture shows some of the different types of bulbs. So the picture shows some of the different types of light bulbs. Okay, so we can see here that we have in incandescence, and then we also have halogen, and then we also have LED, and then we also have CFR. Okay, so now the question says that which light bulb from the picture saves more energy than others? And we know that the light bulb that saves more energy than others is the LED. So this is the light bulb that saves more energy. So our answer will be C. Okay, and then next we will move to question 33. So question 33 says that 4 appliances are being used for a period of 5 hours. four appliances are being used for a period of 5 hours. They are the incandescent light bulb. So the first one is the light bulb, which is 100 watts, and then there is the television, which is also 100 watts, and then there is the electric fan, which is also, no, this one is 120 watts, and then there is the geyser, which is 170 watts. Okay, and then now the question says that what is the total electrical energy consumption? So we know that if we plug this on our calculator, we should be able to get C, which is 2,45, which is 2,45 kilowatts. Okay, and then next we will move to question 34, which says that which sphere contains all living microorganisms, plants, and animals. So we can see that our sphere will be biosphere. So biosphere is the one that contains all living microorganisms, plants, and animals. So it is the microsphere. So our answer will be C. Okay, and then next we will move to question 35, which says that the diagram shows the interactions amongst spheres of the earth. So the diagram shows the interactions amongst spheres of the earth. So we can see here that we have the atmosphere, we have the hydrosphere, and then we also have the biosphere as well as the lithosphere. Okay, so now the question says that which statement represents the correct interaction among all spheres? So which statement represents the correct interactions among all spheres? And we can see here that our answer will be A, which says that plants draw water from the soil and release oxygen into the air. So plants draw water from the soil and release oxygen into the air. So our correct answer will be A. Okay. And then next we will move to question 36, which says that which says that which statement represents the correct activity taking place in one of the layers of the atmosphere. So that's very easy. So those are whether balloons fly in the stratosphere. So our correct answer will be D. And then next we will move to question 37, which says that the lithosphere is the sphere of the earth that is composed of the soil. And we are told that the crust and the upper part of the mantle. So now they are saying that which layer of the lithosphere is about 2,900 kilometers thick. Okay, and we know that that's the mantle. That's the mantle, which is option D. And then next we will move to question 38, which says that the lithosphere is made up of solid elements and ino- in, inorganic compounds called minerals, right? So here we are told to mention one mineral, which is an element that is found in the Earth's crust. We need to mention one mineral, which is an element that is found in the Earth's crust. Okay? And we know that that would be our magnesium. So magnesium is an element found in the Earth's crust. So our answer will be A. Okay, and then next we will move to question 39. So question 39 says that igneous rock is formed when magma cools down. And three factors play a role when igneous rock is formed. So now we are also told that one of the factors is how quickly it cools. And the question that we have here says that which statement best describes characteristics of an igneous rock formed when magma cools quickly? And we can see that our answer will be small crystal rocks are formed and the resulting rock has a fine grained texture. So our correct answer will be option A. Okay, and then next we will move to question 40, which says that several processes can change one type of rock into another type of rock through rock cycle. So now the question says that what is the correct sequence of the rock cycle? What is the correct sequence of the rock cycle? Okay, so these are our sequences given in order. So we need to choose the correct sequence. And we can see that our answer will be D, which says that crystallization, weathering and erosion, sedimentation, and metamorphism. So this is our correct sequence. So we need to understand this sequence, guys. We need to understand this sequence so that even when this question comes, you will be able to remember it. Okay? Now we will move to our next question, which is question 4, which is question 41. Which is question 41. So question 41 says that which definition explains mechanical weathering of rocks? Which definition explains mechanical weathering of rocks? So we know that this is a process whereby rocks crumble into smaller pieces without any change in their chemical composition. So the correct answer will be A. And then next, we will move to question 42, which says that which gas is found in abundance in the atmosphere? And we know that that gas would be nitrogen. So that's nitrogen. So that basically means that our answer will be option A. And then next, we will move to question 43, which says that which of the following are the layers of the atmosphere? Which of the following are the layers of the atmosphere? Which of the following are the layers of the atmosphere? Okay. And if we check, we can see that the layers of the atmosphere is troposphere, stratosphere, and mesosphere, together with thermosphere. So our correct answer will be B. And then next, we will move to question 4.4. So question 4.4 says that which layer of the atmosphere has the ability to reflect radio signals back to Earth? Which layer of the atmosphere has the ability to reflect radio signals back to Earth? So we know that our answer will be B, which is thermosphere. Our answer is the thermosphere. And then next, we will move to question 45, which says that how does the stratosphere support life on Earth? So we know that because it has the ozone layer that absorbs harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. So our correct answer will be D. Okay, and then next we will move to question 46. So question 46 is that how does the thermosphere benefit Earth? So we know that it benefits Earth because it contains enough gas molecules to absorb a significant amount of dangerous solar radiation. So our answer will be C. Okay, and then now we will move to question 47, which says that study the illustration and answer the questions that follows. So we can see here that we are given our sun. So this is our sun, and then we're also given our atmosphere, and then we're also given the Earth's surface, and then we're also given the gaseous trap, and then we're also given some heat. And then we are told that some heat escapes into space. So some heat escapes into space. So now the question says that which phenomenon is represented by the above illustration? And we can see that this is the greenhouse effect. This is the greenhouse effect. So our answer will be A, right? And then next we'll move to question 48, which says that what type of processing involves crushing, heating, or filtering the ore to extract the mineral? What type of processing involves crushing, heating, or filtering the ore to extract the mineral? And our answer will be B, which is physical. So the type of processing is physical. And then next we'll move to question 49, which says that lead ore is refined by heating lead oxide on a carbon block. So now the question says that what are the products of this process? What are the products of this process? And we can see that our answer will be lead and carbon dioxide. So our answer will be B, will be A, which is lead and carbon dioxide. Okay, and then next we will move to question 40, we'll move to question 50, which says that identify a compound mined in South Africa. So this should be easy, guys. This should be easy. And our answer, we all know that it is limestone, right? So our answer will be A. Okay, and then next we will move to question 51, which says that a blast furnace is a steel cylinder lined with refractory, and then the following three steps are used in the production of molten iron in the blast furnace. In the blast furnace. So now we are told that the sequence, we are told to sequence the process of production of molten iron in the correct order of events. Okay, and we can see that we will start with A, which says ore is constantly dumped into the top of the furnace, and then our second one will be 3, which says that a blast of hot air is blown into the bottom of the furnace, and then our last one will be limestone reacts with impurities inside the furnace. So our correct answer will be D. Okay, and then next we'll move to question 52, which says that mining produces large amounts of waste that is often dumped on the land. So now we are told that these mine dumps contain poisonous chemicals from mineral extraction processes, which contribute to air pollution and water pollution. So now we are told that we are also told, and we are also told that the mining industry has in the past implemented methods like spraying mine dumps with water and planting crop. So now the question says that what is the disadvantage of using this method to control air pollution? And our answer will be D, because the grass withers during dry season and water is absorbed or evaporates quickly. So our correct answer will be D. Okay, and then next we will move to question 53, which says that iron, iron combines combines with carbon to form an alloy. So now the question says that what is the name of the alloy formed? And you know that the name of the alloy formed is steel. So our answer will be B. And then next we'll move to question 54, which says that stars spend most of their lives as main sequence stars, which is the most stable period in their lifetime. So nuclear fusion also takes place in this stage. So now the question says that which statement defines the nuclear fusion? And we know that the statement that defines the nuclear fusion is C. That says that stars convert hydrogen to helium. Okay, and then next we will move to our last question, which is question 55. So question 55 says that the following occurrences are are stages of the life of a star. So we have birth, life, and death. Okay, so we can see here that we are given different options, and then we are told that which sequence represents the correct stage from birth to death of a star, and the correct answer will be C. The correct answer will be C. And that brings us to the end of section A. And guys, if you want me to proceed to section B, just let me know on the comment sections. So just comment section B, and then I will be able to assist you with that. So we'll be able to continue to section B.